And we know wet and cold weather is enough to create a recipe for disaster, especially while on the road. You're encouraged to stay home as much as possible, but if you have to get behind the wheel, our Nixon Norman has some safety tips for you.
Wet and cold weather can make road conditions undrivable. This kind of weather can also bring forth things like black ice and frozen overpasses. For starters, black ice can form on any road, and it's more prevalent at night. In order to avoid black ice, it's best not to jump on the road after rain or snow melt. As for bridges and overpasses, the reason why they freeze first is because there's no ground underneath them, so cold air can completely surround them. It's also because freezing isn't uniform. Shaded parts can be icy while sunny spots are not. In order to avoid disaster while crossing a bridge, slow down before crossing. Changing speed on ice can be dangerous. But again,
there's really no way to avoid overpasses or black ice if you are driving in this kind of weather. The best solution typically is not to drive when weather conditions are bad.
So it's best to be prepared with your own emergency kit. Burkett says it's best to have things like
charger, ice scraper, jumper cables, blankets, and it's also a good idea to have water and possibly some snacks, some kind of food, and any other critical supplies you might think you need.
This kind of kit is important to have in case you get stuck behind a wreck, something happens to your vehicle, or road conditions are just too bad. Having a kit on hand could make a miserable situation just that much more bearable, as well as...
So it's always a good idea to, keep your gas tank full, keep some supplies on hand that you could use in case of an emergency so that you're able to, keep your phone charged up, jump your car off if you need it, things like that.
Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.